Welcome back to AI Brief for your daily dose of all things AI, episode 20 already. Today we're diving into a pretty interesting mix of topics, a surprising new development in open source AI, OpenAI's unexpected return to robotics, and of course a quick scan of the wider AI landscape.
Lots to cover today.
Let's start with a story that really caught my eye. UC Berkeley's Novaski team managed to create a really powerful open source reasoning model.
Called Sky T1.
Right, Sky T1. What's really impressive is they built a model that can compete with early GPT-3 on a budget that wouldn't even cover a week of snacks in Silicon Valley.
It's amazing what they were able to do. They trained the model on just 8 H100 GPUs for 19 hours, with a total budget of just $450. And get this, they're making everything open source. The training data, the code, the model weights. Everything is available for anyone to use and build on.
This feels like it could be a turning point for AI research. Smaller labs and independent researchers who maybe didn't have the resources to compete with the big companies now have a very powerful tool. What kind of impact do you think this could have on the pace of AI development?
I think this could be huge. Wider access to powerful models could lead to a ton of innovation. We could see a faster development cycle with more people experimenting, iterating, and sharing what they find. This open source approach might also help with some of the concerns about AI being concentrated in the hands of just a few large corporations.
Now, speaking of OpenAI, they made a move that surprised a lot of people, including me. They're rebuilding their robotics division. They shut it down back in 2020. What do you think about this?
It does seem a little weird at first, but when you think about OpenAI's goal of reaching artificial general intelligence, or AGI, it starts to make more sense.
AGI being?
AGI means an AI that can perform any intellectual task a human can. And that probably includes interacting with the physical world. They might have realized that to get there, they need to be able to control both the mind and the body of the AI system.
So they're basically saying that to figure out AGI, you need a system that can not only think, but also act in the real world.
Exactly. It's like the difference between a brain in a jar and an actual human. To deal with the complexity of the real world, you need more than just processing power. You need to be able to sense, move, and interact with your surroundings. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with and how they deal with the challenges of putting AI into physical systems.
Their job listings hint at them making general-purpose robots that are designed to work in messy real-world environments.
This could have implications for a lot of different industries, from manufacturing and logistics to healthcare and maybe even robots for your house.
That's true. Let's switch gears and talk about something that's always a big topic in the AI world, the competition for talent.
The AI talent wars are heating up.
It seems like every day companies are buying entire startups, not for their products or services, but mainly for their engineering teams. It's like a game of poker with really high stakes where the smartest people are the most valuable chips.
This reminds me of something we talked about a while ago, the models that started thinking in Chinese.
Right, because they were being trained mostly by researchers in China.
Exactly. It shows that creating advanced AI systems isn't just about the algorithms and the data, it's also about the people who design, train, and refine these models. This global fight for AI talent shows how much we need better programs for upskilling and retraining, not just for engineers, but for a whole bunch of professions that AI will affect.
The World Economic Forum just came out with their Future Jobs Report for 2025, and it's pretty interesting. They're saying that AI will create millions of new jobs, but it will also get rid of millions of jobs that already exist.
It really shows how important it is to be adaptable and to keep learning throughout your career in this world driven by AI. It's not just about learning specific technical skills, it's about being able to learn, unlearn, and relearn as things change around us.
That's a really good point. Now let's do a quick roundup of some other interesting AI news from today.
Elon Musk was interviewed at CES 2025 and said that AI has basically used up all the human training data that's out there.
So where do we go from here?
Companies are turning to synthetic data, which is data created by AI to train new models. There are some potential problems with that, but
Yeah, there are definitely some risks involved.
Musk thinks it's the only way forward because we need so much data to train these complex models.
Okay, so we have synthetic data on the horizon. What else is going on?
NVIDIA revealed their plan for AI-powered shopping assistants. Imagine an AI that can answer your questions about a product using text or images, but can also show you what the product looks like in a virtual space. That would make online shopping much more immersive.
Sounds pretty futuristic.
And researchers at AMD published a framework for using LLM agents as research assistants.
And these LLM agents would be powered by...
Large language models. They could help researchers with things like reviewing literature, conducting experiments, and even writing reports, which could save a lot of money.
For people who might not know, what are large language models?
They're AI systems that have been trained on huge amounts of text and code. This allows them to understand and generate human-like language. So these LLM agents could be a game changer for researchers. They would free up a lot of time so researchers could focus on the more difficult parts of their work.
It sounds like it.
Mark Zuckerberg also made some predictions saying that AI will probably automate the jobs of a lot of mid-level engineers this year, with the eventual goal of having all coding done by AI.
Wow, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, it is. It seems like there's a lot of talk about how AI could automate different tasks and maybe even whole jobs. But even if some jobs disappear, I think new ones will be created.
Definitely. So what else has been happening?
Well, a new platform called Astral has gone viral. It's an AI marketing platform that can do things like commenting and creating content on social media, specifically on Reddit.
So it's like having a robot social media manager working 24/7.
Exactly. But hold on, before we get rid of all the human social media managers, there's also a report from Bloomberg Intelligence. They're predicting that Wall Street could lose over 200,000 jobs in the next few years because of AI, automation, and increased productivity.
And that can mean higher profits for banks, which raises questions about who benefits from those profits.
Good point. Salesforce also jumped on the AI bandwagon. They're launching a library of pre-built AI skills called Cloud Clerks. These AI assistants can help retailers do things like schedule appointments and manage orders.
Automating those routine tasks could free up human employees to focus on more important things.
For sure. And WhatsApp is testing a new design that puts AI at the forefront with a whole tab dedicated to chatbot characters. This could change how we interact with businesses and services when we're using messaging apps.
It seems like AI is being integrated more and more into the apps we use every day.
Definitely. LOM Index released a new AI architecture that could allow AI agents to make more complicated decisions, not just repeat what they've learned from the training data.
That sounds like a big step towards more advanced AI systems that can adapt to new situations and solve problems in creative ways.
It is. Now, to combat misinformation, X is going to start labeling accounts that are satire or parody, so it's easier for users to know if they're dealing with a real person or not.
That's especially important with all the AI-generated content out there that can make it hard to tell what's real and what's fake.
Very true. And in a move that could change the social media landscape, the U.S. Supreme Court is likely to uphold a law that could ban TikTok in the U.S.
Unless they separate from their Chinese parent company.
Right. It just goes to show that the world of AI is often connected to complicated international politics.
It definitely is. Now let's move on to some of the big funding rounds that happened today. Phase Shift, a company that makes an AI-powered accounts receivable agent, just raised $4 million.
And Melly, which offers AI help to wealth advisors, got $2 million in funding.
But the big story is Hippocratic AI.
They hit unicorn status, a valuation of over $1 billion, with a $500 million venture fund from Eli Lilly.
And that money is specifically for AI and tech projects in healthcare. So they're really serious about using AI in that field.
It's obvious that investors are really excited about AI, and they're putting their money where their mouth is.
And with all the new stuff we've been seeing, it's not hard to understand why.
Speaking of new stuff, let's look at some of the trending AI tools that have caught our attention.
First up is Hugging Face, a platform that's become popular because it lets developers create and share powerful AI agents really easily.
It's a great resource for people who are already experts in AI and for those who are just starting out. It makes cutting-edge AI technology available to everyone.
Now, for anyone who's feeling a little overwhelmed by all the information out there and the pressure to keep up, there's Reset. It uses AI to help you journal, which can help with anxiety and make you feel better overall.
And if you want to create beautiful websites with AI21st.dev is a tool you should definitely check out.
What if you want to show off your products in a really cool way?
TopView 2.0 can make AI-generated avatars of your products to make them really stand out.
And for companies that need to stay informed about important issues, there's 80. This AI platform can keep track of and research topics that could affect how they operate.
And if you need to build web applications, Bolt lets you do that using natural language, so it's a lot simpler than traditional coding.
I'm sure a lot of people are tired of taking notes in meetings.
Well, Spinach AI can automate that. It makes really detailed and accurate notes for you.
Now let's talk about pricing.
Swallow lets businesses create pricing APIs and, quote, forms straight from their Excel spreadsheets using AI agents. This can make their pricing processes much more efficient.
And if you need help coming up with a great domain name for your new business AI, Name Genius can generate some really creative and memorable options in just a few seconds.
For people who don't know how to code but want to use AI, Memex has a simple interface that lets you build and use apps right from your computer.
Superhuman is an email platform that claims to be the fastest way to manage your inbox.
It uses AI to help you prioritize, organize, and respond to your emails more quickly.
And if you're working with voice AI, DeepGram has a platform that offers speech-to-text, text-to-speech, and audio intelligence APIs.
That means you can add voice interactions to your apps in all sorts of ways.
And finally, there's Lovo AI, which offers voiceovers that sound just like real people.
It's a great way for content creators to save time and money on their productions.
We've covered a ton of ground today. We talked about how open source models are making AI development accessible to more people, how AI is being used in robotics, the changing job market, and all the new tools that are changing how we live and work.
It's been a really exciting look at the world of AI and how fast it's changing.
And it's clear that AI is having a big impact on almost every part of our lives.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into AI, make sure to share it with your friends and colleagues who might be interested in staying ahead of the curve.
And don't forget to follow AI Brief for your daily dose of AI news analysis and insights. Until next time, stay curious.